Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the next game that I'm going to play, which is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Now, this was requested by a good friend of mine, and this is a really golden oldie, so to speak. This is a game that is actually 10 years old. It's out of 2004, and I did play it a whole lot back then, but I never actually completed it. I made it all the way to Hollywood, which is I think the third hub, and I think that there were actually 4 hub areas, whereas Chinatown was the last one. I actually never even made it there, so this will be actually a partially blind Let's Play, which will be quite interesting and cool. But there's a few things I gotta say before we So this game is pretty much almost impossible to play on Windows 7 if you do not have unofficial patches installed. This game actually got a lot of support after the game was released, including from staff that actually worked on this game. And there were several patches released. They are now on patch 9.2. I can actually show it here. Here we got unofficial patch 9.2. And it adds things like missing dialogue, missing sounds, some retexture stuff. And actually the clan quest mod is actually implemented as well, which introduces 12 new quests. Each one for each clan member, 2 for evil players, and also some other new quests, including new cutscenes that are completely voiced. Apparently 2 new maps or something like that. I'm not too sure, but anyway, it is a lot more streamlined and a lot more fluent, because I do have to say, when this game first came out, it was very buggy. A lot of sounds were indeed missing, animations were very sloppy, and even with the implementation of unofficial patch 9.2, you will see still see what I'm talking about, with animation being jittery and sometimes just looking really weird. This was the very first game that used the Source engine. It was actually before Half-Life 2 came out. This one was released. Or actually, it might have actually been after that. But anyway, it was the whole hype about the Source engine, and let's face it, this game did not look like Half-Life 2, but it still was a great looker, and it was actually the reason why I bought this game, because I'm such a graphics whore, and sort of like the whole gothic style really appealed to me, but underneath the buggy mess, there was actually a really competent and really cool deep RPG that actually makes this the best vampire game there is to date. Now, before we begin, the last thing I want to say, there are several other mods, like the Final Nights mod, that I was actually thinking of playing as well. The Final Night mod adds pretty cool iterations, like more NPCs on the streets, which makes it actually more difficult to feed on pedestrians, because you are more easily caught, but also vampire hunters that go around the city and that can actually get into a fight if you are alone with them in an alleyway. But the Final Nights mod does not implement with the unofficial patch, I think. Maybe a newer version does, but the old version, version 1.0, does not, and so I did not want to play that. It adds some new clans, it adds some new powers, but I wanted to play the vanilla game with the improvements that the unofficial patch brings. It's been a long while, though, people. I said this is not a blind, but I mean, I played this probably for the last time when I was, I don't know, 17? Like, I haven't played this game in 7 years or something? I don't know. New game start? No, I will directly go. We already have the clan that I want. I can show you some of the others. We got this guy, which is basically Tupac. We got this guy, which is basically, fuck if I know what that is. We got a Melkavian, which I don't want to be that. We got Nosferatu. This actually, if you are this character, it's fairly interesting because you are so sort of like, I don't know, ugly and stuff that you actually need to travel through sewers, which makes it actually kind of difficult. Then we have the Tremere. These guys, this looks kind of okay, and then we have the Ventru, which are basically the posh sort of people. But I do like myself the Toreador. I call them Toreador. I know my friend calls them Toreader. But here, picture themselves as an artistic and visionaries, which, you know, accomplishes or fits me perfectly, since I want to be a film director, and the essence of a film director is that he make sure that his vision gets to be protected on the silver screen. And they value the high society mentality, blah 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 blah. Toreador are most connected to the mortal world through arts and entertainment. Again, my things are beautiful creatures, subtle and seductive, more almost effectively the society of the living. Blah blah blah. So we'll be a male, and this is interesting. This is something that the new unofficial patch brought with the things, but actually not a whole lot here was. You live in collective bargaining to get justice for working family. Actually, can we get the... No. I guess I'm an starving artist. Though this is, you know, wearing ugly clothes. I actually spent a lot of money on clothes. For small details, poor background. Not exactly. This is no... cheap headset. Gambler, no. You swear to God you can see the future? No, hell no. Was this feel like you, creature of delicate beauty? You seem more likely to have sprung from the pages. No. No, you know what? Fuck it. We'll do the no, which one? Starving artist. Fuck it. I'm a film director, and I'm starving. Perception, we got that apparently as thing. So here we have the attributes, the sort of like perk system, and there's a lot to choose from, and it goes real deep. So charisma, I will definitely do, and also in appearance. Ironically, I'm not saying that I'm a good-looking guy, but I'm actually I was always quite popular with like the rock people and like gothic sort of peoples. It's probably because my style is kind of considered rock, I guess, with my punky hair and stuff. I have short hair at the moment though, but my hair is a little longer. Let's see, wits, intelligence, common defense, and hacking. No, I do get into those books sometimes, you know. Again, like I said, with the gothics. I get that passion flowing. Security, which is lockpicking. This is something you absolutely need for very, very quickly already. Stealth mechanics in this game are very weird, though. They don't work very well sometimes. I also had, like I said, the game is kind of buggy and stuff. I had, for example, doing stealth mission or stealth kills, and enemies would glitch through the bottom or through the walls. Now, investigation, yes, of course, I play all them Sherlock Holmes games, so investigation is very good. Finance, no, I was very bad at economy, so I'm not going to do that. Computer knowledge, hacking, yeah, kinda. Well, we'll actually research as well. And here we have my powers, and the powers are, dependent on what clan you choose. And this is basically slow motion, it's basically bullet time. I do have to say that the Toreador does not have very interesting powers. I'd say that, but I like how they look. This is basically a debuff for the enemies, and this is a buff for me. So, here we go. Doing that naughty thing. Though you saw she was wearing her clothes. I think she's trying to show me her penis. Yeah, I would have that same reaction if that were true. So you see the bite marks? Those are actually new. Those are custom made. These details, these condoms, I think, are as well. Either we've been going on it all night, or she has a lot of lovers before me. She may be wearing all kinds of STDs. There you can see actually that my character's face moved and the bite marks did not. So there you can see that it's kind of custom made. Oh, one thing, I installed a eye texture mod, which makes the eyes a little bit more high def. I love that cutscene, by the way. They just jump in and they're like, "Hey, bitch!" Stake in your heart.
Good evening. My fellow kindred, my apologies for disrupting any business or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening. It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is a troubling one. We are here because the laws that bind our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken. As Prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the kindred of this city the privilege of siring. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I have endorsed some of these requests. However, the accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission.
His necktie and suit are actually
was never
retextured with the unofficial patch.
They were caught shortly after the embrace of this child. It pains me to announce the sentence, as up to tonight I considered the accused a loyal and upstanding member of our organization. But as some of you may know, the penalty for this transgression is death. Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am a servant to the law that governs us all.
You can see their eyes a little bit more high def. Looks good, I guess.
Serve as a reminder to our community that we must adhere to the code that binds our society, lest we endanger all of our blood.
You can see some new camera angles as well during cutscenes.
Forgive me.
Some of them are kind of weird, like what you're about to see now,
the penalty commence.
where it glitches through Delacroix. Ush! I used a retexture for a guy named Rodriguez.
Without a sire, most childer are doomed to walk the earth never knowing their place, their responsibility, and most importantly, the laws they must obey. Therefore, I have decided that this is bullshit!
Which is this guy. And also this camera angle is new. A lot more flashy. But he looks like Blade.
If Mr. Rodriguez would let me finish.
Just leather
I have
coat.
decided to let this kindred live.
I guess it's sort of like a
They
mod
shall be
for
instructed in the ways of our kind
girls,
and be
really.
granted the same
Because I guess
rights.
girls think he's hot.
Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community.
Since so many textures are
Thank you
focused
all
on the
for
female
attending.
characters,
And
making
I
them more
hope
sexy.
Their significance is not lost.
I thought it was cool to actually have a guy retextured here. I mean, obviously you have some very sleazy, weird-looking, like, nude mods for the characters as well. This butler, by the way, that you see here, is also not in the regular game, I think. Just very subtle additions of
Your
NPCs and
side,
stuff.
tragic. My apologies. But you see, there is a strict code of conduct that all
My
of us
character looks like, what the fuck?
must adhere to if we wish to survive. When someone, anyone, breaks these laws, they undermine the well-worn fabric of our centuries-old society. Understand my predicament. Allowing you to live makes me directly responsible for your subsequent behavior. So, what I'm offering is not generosity, but the opportunity to transcend the fate woven by your sire. This is your trial. You will be brought to Santa Monica. There, you will meet an agent by the name of Mercurio. He will provide the details of your labor. I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back until you do. Good evening.
Good evening. Alright. One reason why you need an unofficial patch to play this as well on Windows 7, you can actually play it, but it doesn't go higher than 720p. And if you want to play at 1080p, you need the unofficial patch.
What a scene, man. Hoo-wee. Then they just plop you out here like a naked baby in the woods. How about that? Look, kiddo, it's probably a lot for you to take in, so, why don't you let me show you the ropes? What do you say?
Sure. If you recognize this voice actor, by the way, this is the same guy that does Marcus Phoenix in Gears of War.
I'm Jack. What's important is I'm offering help. You make it back from Santa Monica with your hide, and we'll trade life stories, okay? Till then, I got about this much time. We'll win her out.
Oh, I'm in. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Why don't we step out back here? Christ, it's stuffy in there, huh? This is much better. Now, we ain't got much time, but I figure somebody should fill you in on the bare bones stuff at least. You know, could save your hide. You look wobbly. You even had a drink yet?
Drink of what?
Oh man, we're popping a cherry here. Oh, you're gonna love this. All right, check it out. Blood, it's your new rack of lamb, your new champagne, like your new fucking heroin, kid. Get ready though, cause hey, it's never as sweet as the first time.
What do I do?
Down around the corner there, I saw this human, or else hope he can't find his car.
So what do I, you know?
Alright. You go down there, casual like, then creep up on him, then bare those little fangs and don't worry if you weren't captain of the wrestling team or something, because it'll come so naturally you think you've done it 1,000 times already.
Alright, won't he become a vampire too?
Forget that comic book crap, kid. It don't work that way. Now go for it. Be sure though, and this is important, so listen up. Be sure not to drain them dry, okay? It might be hard to resist, but don't kill them.
Alright. So blood is the fuel for your vampiric power, so basically your magic. We have the magic in our right. We can actually also play this in third person, but yeah. It's good for stealth, sort of. But I prefer first. And so we need to go, and obviously you need to be private. You cannot be seen by other people, since that will... But you go here, and you go like this. Tastes sweet. Tastes like a slushy. And like I said, you don't want to drain him completely dry. That will kill him. And he will later explain why exactly. Now, this sound that you're hearing of these people talking is, if I'm not mistaken, also new. Even though I've never completed the game, I did play this game, I don't know, 3 or 4 times, and unfortunately I always stop before the game is pretty long.
Yeah. Hell yeah, you're feeling it. I can see it in your eyes. You're a born-again predator. Feel that blood bubbling inside you, lifting you up. That's it, kid. That's what it's all about. Right?
Basically, I'm high. That's what's happening. Alright, I don't know how I feel about it, but it does feel good.
Alright, you got the blood, you're feeling all kick-ass, feeling better than your best day living, but wait, it gets better. All kindred, that's our word for vampire. All kindred have a few things in common. Things that set them right square above humans on the food chain.
Okay, like what?
Like sharper senses, a body that can take a beating, and if you play your cards right, eternal life. That's no sure bet, but still a chance at immortality's not a bad deal. And that's just for starters. Fringe benefits for joining the club.
Okay, so gonna live forever?
Well, you can still be destroyed, but forget the books and the movies. Garlic, worthless. A cross, shove it right up their ass. A steak, only if it catches you in the heart, and then it just paralyzes you. Running water, that's no problem. I bathe. Occasionally. Now, a shotgun blast to the head. Oh, that's trouble, boy. Fire, that's real trouble. Sunlight, well, you catch the sunrise and it's all over, kiddo. Yeah?
Got it.
Okay, now. The fuck is this? You get inside here, head upstairs. We'll meet up in a bit. I'm just gonna go see what the ruckus is.
Alright. Also, it does have some physics gameplay, but not too much. You can see here how sort of glitchy the whole camera is and everything. Just play this first person in most occasions. That works way better. So this is a lockpick. I upgraded my lockpicking skill.
Come down here. Stay away from the windows.